one with. I wanna be the one with you. I wanna be the one with. I wanna be the one with you.
What up, everybody? I'm Caleb.
And I'm Micah.
And we'd like to welcome you to This Life Together.
That's TWO together.
Gang, gang.
We got some special guests with us today. We have Miss Alex and Mr. Manju. What up, what up, what up, what up, what up?
Hi.
So we want to have these two awesome folks on our show. And it's one of those crazy situations where me and Caleb have like serendipity. We always were.
Got too many circles.
And had no idea. So I have known Manju through my cousin since probably 2004, 2003, maybe. Four, I'll say, somewhere around in there. They went to high school together, and coincidentally enough, one of Caleb's best friends is also Alex's best friend. So this particular best friend had like a dinner, and me and Caleb got there, and I'm like, oh, what's up, Juju B? I'm like, what you doing here? And then I was like, oh. So I was super excited to have these guys on the show. Alex listens, and Alex is just dope all around. If you don't know, she just like definitely
She out here getting money in these Detroit streets.
And free Better Made chips. And free Better Made chips.
Man, we're going to talk about that later, too. Because that was wild.
But yeah, we just wanted to have them on today, and we're going to be talking about a couple of different topics with them. So first and foremost, how did you guys meet?
Facebook is the short answer.
Okay.
That is the short answer. The long, drawn-out one. It's still Facebook, because I went to Central Michigan, not state.
Okay.
Central Michigan. And we were, well, let me phrase that. We ran in two completely different circles, which is funny because the easiest way for me to associate it is by where we stayed on campus and the Greeks that we hung out with.
Okay.
So it was like you hung out with mostly Sigmas, I hung out with Alphas and Kappas, like those who my friends like crossed. So it's like we never really mixed, and I made a Facebook
and they
post.
hated each other.
They did.
That's what I'm about to say. Wait.
It was a little tense on campus. I stayed on South Campus, you stayed on North. But how we actually met, so I had shared this post, and it was 10 dates, like $10 or less in Detroit. And it was just like 10 date ideas. So I shared the post, and he commented on the post.
Yeah, I actually read it though. I went through each one. Like, she went like this one, she went like this one. I was like, number 3, write that down. They went the rest of them, then went back. Sat on it like, I'm gonna wait till somebody respond. I was expecting a dude to do that.
Oh, you ain't want to be first?
Yeah. And I was like, damn, man, might as well. So I was like, all right, how about number 3? And then I waited like.
Number 3 was the
See, it would have been different if you would have did it now, because now you can see what somebody typing. Now, if it was just dead, you don't know. But now you just like, oh man, she ain't saying nothing. Oh my gosh, she's saying something. Oh God, what you gonna say?
Respond, I was like, ooh.
So that actually happened on the response side. So number 3 was the DIA, or not DIA, it was Baker's. And I was like, nah, I'd rather do number 8, which is DIA. So he was like, oh, so what's your weekend look like? And this is all in my comments.
Right.
So I was freaking out because I'm like, everybody can see it. Like there's no.
Nah. You only got 2 people that you don't want. It's always at least 2 people that you just know that if anybody else see it, it don't matter.
Right.
But if them 2 people see it, it's a wrap.
Well.
And I know one of them, which is the mutual friend that we have.
But that's the point. I was actually at Megan's apartment with her sister and her brother, and we were all talking, and it had popped up on my thing. So I was like, holy crap, look at this. And then they was like, all right, you have 45 seconds to say something. If you don't, Matt and Tiffany both had drafts of a message that they were going to post to say, you're going on this date. Like, we're going to give you her schedule.
Cool.
And I was just
good
like,
friends.
I was freaking out. And then Megan was like, you just told me you wanted to start dating again. So and I'm like,
See?
I did, but I didn't think it was going to work. Like, So I was
Be
like,
careful
all
what you open your mouth for.
Okay, that's exactly what it was. And I was just like,
I was chilling on the toilet. So.
And that's big facts, though. We ain't about to sit up here.
Yeah, I had time. I was waiting. I'm like,
time is silent.
My skin, I was like, my skin was out. I'm like,
Chill.
what do? Do I say yes? Because it was just like, I'm like, all right, fine. I was like, because everybody can see this. I was like, you know what? You were bold enough to actually say it in my comments. You didn't slide in my DMs. It was whatever.
That's really something nobody else had in there. Because that's like,
that was
shot
I don't
first.
know what I was thinking, but I had time on my hands.
He had time today.
So I was like, okay. So I had messaged him my number because I really hated using the messenger. I was just
Stupid.
It's annoying. Yeah. And then we were kind of talking, and his messages came through green, and I was just like, dang.
I didn't know there was a difference.
But no, in real life, we ended up, we set a schedule to meet at Dime.
Yep.
And I had got down there and had parked and everything. And then he hit me like, oh, I'm not going to make it. And I was like, all right. So I went over to Starbucks. So I'm like, I'm not about to waste the money I spent parking. Like, I'm about to walk around downtown. So we rescheduled, and when we rescheduled, I actually did not leave my house until he said he was at the restaurant.
That was crazy.
No, and then we met at Side Side, which is like right up, basically.
Right up the street.
No.
Took 96 over there, and I got there in 10 minutes. I was like, oh, I'll be about 10, 15 minutes late. And then I was
Yeah. I mean, I went and got a rose. I made Kroger. I mean,
It
like
was
I said,
cute.
it was another. I had to calm myself so I was on the toilet. Yeah, that's right. All my thinking, talking.
Hey,
I was sweating.
that's real, man. Everybody got their thinking place, but some of them people don't be always open to saying what it is, and you get a lot of work done on the toilet.
I feel like you wasn't even in there doing nothing though. Like
I
you just was
wasn't.
in there.
Sector was like, all right.
Sitting there like
It's
chilling.
solitude,
Yeah,
dog.
I had to. I felt like a 6-year-old potty. I was like, damn, I'm kind of nervous, little kid. Like, this is different, you know? So, but that's when I went and looked up, like, what you could take on the first date. And that's when I went.
Hey, Google is save
Yo,
you,
that's
dog.
what I did.
Google is save
I
you.
was like, I'm going to get a whole thing of flowers. And she was like, no, why would you do that? And I'm like, why wouldn't I? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
She was like, no, because it's embarrassing for a woman to have all these flowers.
Yeah.
So had y'all actually talked prior to that on social media?
aside from like likes and comments and stuff.
Yeah, like rap topics mainly.
And y'all have been friends on there for how long?
About 8
Almost.
years.
At that point, from 2009 to 2017.
My uncle went to
almost-
Central too, and I had transferred up there because I went to a black college first. So I was like, who all you know up there? He was like, just go on my Facebook and just add.
That's what I was about to ask. How did y'all even get on? Be
I
friends?
added everybody. There was only 2 Alexes up there. It was Alex English and her. And I added her, and I just started going through his list and adding people. We
But
never talked for real.
my thing is, back then, 2009, I was running a rap site. So for me, I was getting a lot of friend requests from people. So it was kind of like,
Whatever.
I usually just associated, okay, you're most likely a rapper, or you went to college with me. And at Central, finding black people was kind of like, if you ever buy a cookie from a dollar store, like a chocolate chip cookie, it has 1 or 2 chocolate chips in it for the rest of the cookie.
Dog.
that-
That's them fake soft hard ones.
Yeah.
The ones that be soggy.
And it tastes like they came straight from the factory.
That's what finding black people was like at Central. So it was kind of like we all knew each other. So I figured I'm pretty sure knowing me, I was like, oh, I probably walked past when I met him or whatever. But it's like it's weird because we have so many people in common. Like I know his cousin because she went to Central with us, and then one of his really good friends graduated high school with me, and then it's like somebody else. It's really crazy how it happened for us to have never actually.
Yeah.
I swear.
It's
we
real-
were at the same party at the same time though. I didn't even know it.
Plenty of
It's
times.
it's
It
real
was just
trippy.
Like we talked about this one party and told the story from 2 different
Man.
ends of the room. Like
We was
Man.
this is
there.
what I saw happen. Like, oh, okay.
It was true. I was like, hold on. So you were there?
I was right next to the dude who got stumped out. Like it was crazy.
Wow.
Everybody got a stump out story.
That was actually
I legit-
Yeah.
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 People was getting
Yeah.
knocked
See, murder
out.
got a lot of people messed up. That's exactly what happened.
Do y'all think that? I mean, especially y'all, from y'all point of view, I'm gonna assume that it didn't hurt. But do you think that social media has hurt or helped the dating scene?
I think it depends on the person. Because for me, social media is a very different place. Like I do business off of social media. So I use social media as it's intended, as an actual networking thing. So for me, it's like relationships cultivate. They start online, but they cultivate offline. So it's kind of like, it can start, but then it's like when I meet you, it's like I'm gonna keep the conversation going. It depends. There are people who become who have no communication skills whatsoever. So I have gotten there are plenty of times you'll be out and then you might get a message later like, oh, I saw you in such. Like, why didn't you just say hey?
Yeah.
Like that makes it creepier when you don't.
Yeah, I was watching you.
Yeah. In terms of
Say hello or
dating,
something.
yeah. In terms of dating, I think the expectations change. Like people
Yeah.
expect like.
I would say the
were
intentions
dating-
is different.
Yeah.
You know. I don't know. I can't really say it's different. I guess from a guy's perspective, because we feel like it's the devil, like we always get caught or something. But
I think
I
you kind of
agree.
messed it up in that regard because it's like you can't say the same stuff.
What you mean?
Like I feel like before social medias, I wouldn't go as far back as saying before cell phones, but just like I feel like you could say certain things to somebody, and you could I feel like if you went up to somebody and said certain stuff, they could tell that it was genuine. But now that the same stuff is being said repeatedly over social media or via DM or whatever, it don't really hold the same merit.
No, I think that's just with people who don't have no game, and not everybody can see that you got no game and there's receipts.
And I thought about
what recycle everything. They figure if your best friend like it, you like it because y'all hang together. So I might as well.
What happened yesterday when you was at the grocery store?
People just weird.
This first off, if y'all listen to any of the previous podcasts, I stress this every time. Micah can't go nowhere by herself.
But it's always old men. It's always old men. It's always old men. I don't know what it is. I really don't know.
Gross.
So I went to the store yesterday, and I get off earlier than Caleb gets off because Caleb teaches karate, and on certain days of the week I work from home. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead, go get the groceries, and then at least by the time I get off, like I can start putting stuff away so we could cook and eat dinner. So I look a hot mess on purpose because I work from home. Like I'm going to Walmart.
Right.
How do you dress when you go to Walmart? Like you don't care about
sweat.
I had on a shirt that said "You killing me, Smalls," with a dad hat. My hair was looking crazy. I looked a mess, but I was going to Walmart. So I'm walking through Walmart, but it's like 3 people that I keep consistently seeing in the aisles, but they're like watching me. But the one like on their phone, like. But I don't pay no attention. Like, as long as you harmless, it's no big deal. I always try to be, like, real aware of my surroundings, though, because I've had incidents in the past where dudes have, like, literally put guns on me because I would not give them my number. So I'm hyper aware. That's that East Side life.
It's a real thing.
It's a very real thing. That's happened to me. So, or, you know, they call you names, whatever. So I park, like, next to the little baggage, or not the baggage, the little buggy thing or whatever. Like I'm parked directly next to it. It's on the driver's side of my car. So I put my groceries in the back seat, and as I'm putting my groceries in the car, the dude who gets the buggies comes up and he grabs the buggy that's by my car, and I'm thinking he's waiting on me to finish putting my groceries in the car so he can grab my buggy. Then he like, oh, this the Jeep with the doors that come off? And I'm like, yeah, like all of them have the doors that come off, like all the Wranglers anyway. He like, oh, that's what I meant. But then he posts up on the thing where you put your buggies at, and he just chilling like this on his phone. And then he like, you so beautiful. I'm like, thank you. I'm married. So then he like, oh, you married? Oh, I should have checked the left hand. And then just like trying to make jokes, and I just got in my car and locked the door. Like,
as you should have.
Like, go away.
Dudes is weird.
Go away.
I got it, man. Tough nowadays.
But I think that creepiness translates onto social media.
Oh, for sure.
And you really get a chance to see how awkward people are socially.
Yeah.
For me, that's what it is. Like
because people depend on it now. They hide behind that screen.
Because they don't know how to communicate, especially in person. And they think that you're easily accessible because to follow somebody online, most of us don't have like private social media. Like you could follow somebody and then you think that you know that person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they like all your pictures.
Yeah.
It can get very creepy. Yeah. But I think
you got a couple stalkers.
Wow. I was trying to not in the instance that
y'all been outed. You've been outed.
You know who you are. Stay off her page.
What I was saying was the social media, it puts so many people in your business.
It does.
And if people feel entitled to your business.
Yes.
And it's like you don't. Like our first day was in March of 2017. I didn't post him until like almost December, like Christmas. Yes. And it's just like it is kind of it's like once you open that door, it's like that's like everybody is flooding in. So it's kind of I wanted to like chill in that little. This is us. This is like
until we work out the kinks.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh, what happened to such and such? Oh, he gone.
To like after a certain trimester. Like, can we get so far along?
No, trying to fly way under the radar to.
It was just like, I feel like I posted more recently now, but I'm like, it's been like 2 years.
Yeah.
So it's a different type of.
It's smooth now.
It's so funny though, because that awkwardness is very, very much real, and it translates all across the board, not just dating, but it's just like even if you want to, like you said, you do business on social media, and it's like I have had people say like they'll forward them my profile or whatever, and then they'll just DM me like, hey, I saw your work, I like to work with you, blah blah blah. And then majority, sometimes I never even meet my clients in person. I just talk to them via email, do my work, and bam. But then sometimes when I meet them in person, they be acting like I haven't talked to them for days. And I'm like, dude, I've been emailing you all day. Like, when I meet you, this is like, like, they be real timid.
I think because people still don't know how to receive people yet.
It's so weird.
It's, like, it's cool. Like, we talk to you all the time. Like, I have ducked for people in Target. I've ducked behind aisles like, oh, I don't feel like talking today. Like,
Man.
Not at Target.
Get behind
Target
this.
is my happy place.
Get behind this.
Don't bring it here.
Like,
Yeah,
don't bring it
I
here.
spend way too much money in Target.
It's one of those things where I don't think we figured out the balance yet between social media and like actual relationships, and it does cloud a lot because people are way more brave behind the keyboards. It's like writing a letter.
Yeah.
It's like you're way more likely to say all of your feelings because it's like there's no one there to interrupt you, so you could talk as much as you want without interruption in the middle of a conversation.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I think for sure one of the things that really people are so caught up in like instant gratification too that I feel like they have unrealistic expectations of what it takes to initiate a relationship, whether it be a friendship or an actual like intimate relationship with somebody, because they mind is, oh, like I see this work in a meme or I see this work on Twitter. Like, that's not real life. Like, you still got to put some effort into this. So that's another thing. I think social media is cool in terms of the fact that you could connect with so many people on so many different platforms and really build genuine connections. I think you just got to be smart about it. I don't think it's like...
It's how you use it.
Yeah, for sure. I don't think it's any more harmful or less harmful than dating has been in the past. I think just people are people and people are weird.
It just accelerates.
People are getting weird. That's what.
Weirder.
Yeah. They are accelerating by the day.
This is like...
I done met some weird people. So
I
I
for real.
know.
People are crazy.
It's easy for people to hide. It's just easier. It's easier for you to be... It's almost like when I graduated high school, I felt like so many people I graduated with completely changed in that first year of graduation. And I think it's just because they just felt like, oh, I can just be whoever I want to be now. Like, nobody knows me. So it's like I graduated and just like roll me. It's the same thing online.
People hit the reset button on social media.
All the time.
I say this all the time. Social media is a highlight reel. You only show,
that is my line.
you choose
Absolutely.
what you want to put out there. So they're like, man, because it's like, man, I just had my 10-year reunion from high school, and it was hilarious.
Hated us.
It was hilarious. It was just like,
I ain't saying nothing.
we went, and it was just like, mind you, I saw a lot of people that I missed, a lot of people that it was cool to see a lot of people, but it was like them same people, like you were just saying. It was just like, oh, you different now. Like, you tripping. Like, you really are tripping. Really, you really didn't hype yourself up to, like, now you actually believe that you're the person that you are on social media, and you look crazy.
It's
like,
likes, man. People be infatuated with
man.
likes.
And then when them likes gone, then who you gonna be? That's the question that I got.
Eddie Kane Jr.
I heard singing underneath the Grand Boulevard Bridge.
It's a different life. It is very different.
It definitely is.
Interesting times that we are living in. So with social media, you really get a glimpse into people's lives somewhat, though. So obviously, like, you probably knew a little bit about Alex. She probably knew a little bit about you. But what were some of the things that you guys, like, had to really get to know about each other? Like, how did you decide, like, all right, this can actually go somewhere? How did y'all get to the point even where, like, you were comfortable dating? Like, how did we get to that point?
I guess I don't know. I've lived in a world before social media, so I know how to navigate and talk outside of that. I mean, I don't know. I learned I figured out who I was after high school.
It went by relatively quick.
Yeah,
I feel like we connected pretty quick. So
yeah, I mean, I knew she liked rap, so I'd be like, all right, she rap topics are booms. Put that in the pocket. When it's time to bring that up, I just throw out something like, so you like what album, blah, blah, blah. You know, it's just stuff to feed off in conversation pieces for me.
That was actually a big core of it.
Yeah,
that is a really big
real.
part of my life. So it was just like.
And plus, when I first met her, I was like, man, she uppity. I'm not about to talk to this girl. I swear.
This is news to me. Okay.
But I told you that though. I was like, no, man, she's I swear. Because I told her, I was like, man, you bougie, man. Like, but then when I got to know her, though, she wasn't like that, though. But it's just,
It's okay. I was just hoping he wasn't ghetto. I ain't gonna hold you up.
Ghetto. What does
See?
define ghetto?
Right. She's West Side, so that.
I was just hoping, like, please understand.
I feel like
It's different.
Like, I'm about to be a trap.
It's a difference. It's a difference between an East Sider and East Side Rat.
That's what I was
I
hoping
agree.
not for
It's
East
two
Side
different.
Rat.
It's two different breeds. It's the East Side Rat and it's the East Side.
This is very true. I was hoping for not East
Y'all be
Side
fronting
Rat.
on the West
Like,
Side.
Y'all know who y'all rats are.
Yeah, we do though.
We got a different breed. We got a different breed over here. I don't know what their name is. They some different people too.
Yeah, we haven't classified nothing.
I was just hoping, like,
Because the East Side is y'all all the rats wear the black Nikes, the black forces. That's
That's
those y'all.
universal.
That is definitely universal.
It's universal with the rats for sure. On the East Side, they all wear black
We wear
forces.
more than the flip-flops with the flower.
The East Side Rats sell bridge cards. The West Side Rats is scammers. I think that's
Yeah, I agree with
I feel
that.
like that is the best. That's
really
so
the
sad,
divide.
but that is very.
That's the
That's a
divide.
very accurate.
In my experience.
And you know, West Side.
Wait, who scammed you?
no, but I know
me, but I know some
was-
scammers.
Oh, okay.
I can work in the mall or two. Yes, I can say. I'm
Jeez.
gonna say that's really.
That's why Eastland closed now.
we stereotyping.
You guys have a unique relationship because obviously both of y'all are mature enough to take social media dating and actually make something real. Keep people out of your business and still conduct. So, like I said, I found out that y'all was dating off of social media. But then once I saw, I was like, that makes total
It
sense.
was just like
There was
our
a lot of
interaction.
people
It
It was so
wasn't
smooth.
like I know for sure it was a lot of people before I had posts because I think my first official post was like our 1 year anniversary.
Yeah.
So it was like December. No, it was the 1 year I would say really kind of changed for everybody, or when I changed my relationship status, which is still when we had.
Yeah, it was the relationship status.
Because then it was people who was like, I knew it. I was like, why are y'all talking so much?
Much,
Like,
yeah.
it wasn't like we don't talk like
I
it
know
wasn't
we
like
were
a
coming
typical.
out
It was just like
right.
conversation, a lot of back and forth. Like
Always
so, I think
been.
people picked up on it, but nobody was just like, oh, okay.
It's
like,
like
how
so
they know each
much.
other. Like,
For me, it
Basically,
wasn't that. For me, it
Mr.
was the music thing. Like, the way that both of y'all post about music. But it'd be music like nobody would notice, except for somebody who really could appreciate music. So once I saw that you guys were together, I was like, I
It
wonder
makes
they
sense.
get along so
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Like, they obviously have, like, some stuff in common that most people wouldn't even pick up on. So that was what
we
really
had
was
real
like,
life angry. Like, okay, I'm gonna stop talking to people. Like, you
Then
can't
it'd
tell
be
me
like,
this person
alright.
rap better than like it's been like intense. But
Want to go get a Slurpee? Like, all right. Let's settle out of court over that.
That's how you settle an argument. Like, you thirsty?
Yeah.
No.
Taco Bell.
Yeah.
But,
Solve Coney and solve many
that
issues.
is exactly how it goes.
So when y'all gotta take that 5 minutes, and even outside of that, how do y'all keep your relationship a priority? What do y'all do?
Cause I know it's just a heated debate because she's strong-headed and I am. And I'm like, you're not about to force your opinion on me.
Strong-headed and bougie. That's
Wow.
what he said.
I know. I'm keeping.
Yeah.
Boozy count. It's a boozy count.
Yeah.
Y'all have a Mortal Kombat? Like I got a couple of lives.
Dog.
A little bar going down. But in real life, it's just I think part of what makes it different because we're dating when we're older.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like we started when we were 28. So it's kind of like you know who you are, you know what you want, and it's like I know what I'm willing to put up with. And for me, it's like, is this really worth being mad over? That's usually what it turns. If it's a real disagreement, it's like, is this really worth the actual like?
And we used to get mad when we in the same space, like, oh my god, I gotta look at her again. But then it'd be over with, you know.
And I think it's different because each of us know how to be alone, like know how to be okay alone. A lot of people don't. But I feel like for me personally, that makes a difference in terms of like when we argue. Like I can give you space and still not feel lonely. So it's like I will be fine.
So you don't even have to be needy in the moment because it's like, look, just take your time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had that discussion real early on. It's like, look, it wasn't even like, I don't even think it was a situation where we needed to like split and give each other some space. But Michael was just like, so there's going to be times that we ain't going to be wanting to talk to each other. We ain't going to want to be near each other. And you got to be okay with the fact that I'm going to need my space. So even if I don't say it, you should know when I need my space. And ever since she said that, I feel like now it's just like, cool. Now I think this is one of those times.
But see, the difference is I'm a big communicator. So if I need space,
She going to tell me,
I don't mean like you got to get out. I just mean like,
give me a second.
I know my attitude. I've come a long way.
Wow.
Yeah, now she on the west side. So now she all calm and reserved.
No, seriously.
She's talking
Like-
to seek her out. Like, it's just ridiculous.
My attitude has come a long way. I had some issues that I had to deal with, but I really had to I just had to take a look at myself and really, like, is it really worth getting that upset over that you can't even articulate your feelings?
Right.
Yeah.
Nothing can make me that upset to where I can't even express myself. So as opposed to me flying off the handle or even yelling when it's not even necessary, because I have a temper that I've worked on.
Yeah,
like,
we all do that.
yeah, but I mean, it just really takes you to be able to, like, know yourself. Like, if I need some time, like, I'm going to tell Caleb, like, you know what, babe, it's fine. Like, give me a minute. I'm not going to do that whole thing where I'm going to pretend like it's okay and it's not. It's just like, no, like, give me a minute.
Just
I don't
wasted
really want to talk
energy.
about that right
Yeah,
now.
I just be like, you got it. And she
Yeah,
be like, what
like-
you mean I got
See?
it? You won. Ain't that what you wanted to hear? Let me go outside.
Like, yes,
to talk about
I want to win, but I don't want
hate
you. I don't want you to concede. I don't want you to
Yeah.
tell me.
I want to make sure you know you lost.
Yes, I'm like, I
It's
told
like,
you you won.
Like you
White
said.
And she be like, no, they ain't how I wanted it. Like, all right, I'll do
Jesus.
I really do get mad because it's like, yo, you telling me I got it just to end the conversation instead of you
Like, don't be passive aggressive about it.
That's what
Let's work through it.
And then that makes me even more mad, like holy mad.
I'm trying to be calm, and you get mad, and I get mad. We're just gonna be two big balls of anger in here. I'm like, listen,
Get nowhere.
you win, you got it.
So
No, I don't got it. What you mean? I'll be like, oh,
No.
big time. You want some of the stuff? Because I can't do this.
You hungry?
I'm gonna go for a walk.
Yeah.
Like, it's 11 o'clock. I'm gonna go for a walk.
It's very, that gets intense. I just be like, ooh, don't tell me I'm right. I hate it. Like, even if I know I'm right, just no.
Right.
It's how you
just
say it.
confusing.
It's always how you say it that just be like, you only say this and you want me to shut up.
I'd be like, no. I really said you was right.
I'd be like,
And she'd be
but
like,
I'm not about to shut up. You about to be
Right. And then I'll be like, you still talking. I'm like, you're right, though. Oh, so what you said? I'll be like,
Yeah.
again.
Hilarious.
You won.
That's
Do you want the gold medal or no? Like, come on, man. Like,
I think that's just another perk, though, of, you know, you guys being in the position that you're in, because you, like you said, Alex, like, you guys are a lot more mature. It's a difference between being older and being mature. Because
Yeah.
just because you're 28 when you started dating, it's some weirdos out here at 30. It's some
True.
Very
even weirder,
true.
even more weird people above that. So it's just
people
like,
haven't had time to assess themselves.
yeah, and
People
don't
don't
really.
wanna grow.
They don't. I would say they
That
don't want to
too.
give themselves that time
That's
either.
that.
They want to
It's just
be
me mentality.
Yeah.
that and that microwave mentality where they just feel like they're gonna just be
Oh, man.
their optimum self
Yeah.
when they tomorrow. So it's
God
like,
bless you, you trash individual. God bless you.
Jesus.
Dude,
That's really
why
how it
is
goes.
women disrespecting
It's
men?
not.
I'm not saying
It's not
I'm
the same
directed at
thing,
men or
but it's
women.
just- it's the
I did not make that sexist. That was for men and
Yeah.
women. If you a trash individual, that don't have nothing to do
You be
with
the
your
best
head.
hefty you can be.
Listen,
Wow.
hefty.
I was going somewhere. I didn't even remember where I was going now.
But I
He-
mean,
Oh,
He-
your
he-
level,
there it
your
is.
level of maturity. So
Lord,
since y'all have been so mature, and you know, you guys had, I would say your level of maturity has helped y'all thus far. I guess I would ask the question to you, Alex. Were you open to always dating somebody with a child?
no. I had to be, and that's the thing I had to grow into. Like, and it's crazy because like a few days before, so I had noticed he was liking my stuff a lot more frequently on Facebook, like right around the time he had posted on my comments. But I had just happened to make a status about a conversation I was having with my cousin. My cousin was like, he had to be like maybe 41 or something at the time, but he had made the comment that he would never date somebody with kids. And I told him, I was like, starting you're 41, you should be lucky you don't
That's
date
gonna be
somebody who's
hard.
not divorced. But like, you know, it's a weird thing for you to say that as old as you are.
Yeah.
yes.
So then that spawned into a conversation. Like, I feel like the older I get, the closer I get to 30, it's like it's something that I would have to consider because it's like you get into the whole 80-20 thing that people don't like to talk about or feel like, no, I'm on my whole 100. But it's like, would I rather lose out
I'm
on
a great
a
person.
solid 80 because it is like 20? Now, I will say it is a big, you have to be a certain like emotional level to like handle that, like dating somebody with a kid. Like for me, it was like I grew up Baptist, very straight, like, you know, husband, wife, that whole thing. And it was just like I had to let go of the fact that my first child would not be your first child. Like, so it's like once I got past that point, it was like, okay, it brought in something different, I would say. But it's like I still had to make sure, like, I think I was really anxious about him having a kid because of my experiences with, like, my step-parents. Like, I didn't particularly care for my stepmom, so it was like I knew who I didn't want to be.
Yeah.
And it's also different because, like, I spent my 20s doing whatever I wanted. Like, I did the most random things in my life. So it was just like I have to not necessarily tone that down, but figure out, it's like, okay, if I'm dating somebody and they're bringing a child in, it's like I have to adjust my, like, selfishness, if that makes sense. It's like I have to expand beyond just me because I have to expand that to this kid.
Right.
So,
but again, that shows a level of maturity because people just like, oh, I'm not dating the kid, I'm dating the person. It's like, no.
If you think that you're separating that, you don't need to.
But you see it all the time. You see it all the time where people, you know, get themselves into these situations, then they be trying to figure out how they ended up in this, how they ended it up like that. And I'm like,
so they had sex first.
I mean, yeah.
That's just what it is.
So it's just like,
and then they never talk. It's just like, boom, we smashed, and I was like, all right, now my baggage, your baggage.
Yeah.
But I also
pick what you want out of it.
That's real unfortunate.
It is.
It's real though.
It's real, that's real life though.
Meeting his daughter really seriously to the point where I didn't meet her. We went on our first date March 2017. I didn't meet her until Father's Day weekend of 2018, which is a really long time. But it's like I just wanted to, for me personally, wanted to make sure that I had the attention to be around long because I don't believe in revolving door of dating people around kids, and like that was my own personal thing. So it's like I don't care what you say, like timing ain't gonna be till me. Yeah. But it was just like I wanted to make sure like we were solid first before like introducing me to her. Yeah. So that was.
I just wasn't comfortable bringing her around. I didn't know you either.
Listen, that's real parent talk. Like that's how you know it's real. Some people
be too open,
very comfortable with having their kids
around.
I ain't set up dates until the weekend I didn't have her. I'm like, oh, you with your mom? Boom. So what do you want to do this weekend?
Yeah.
Then I hit her up, and then we go that way.
Because that is just it's a huge disservice to children, and people don't really realize it until the kid grew up and it's a messed up adult, and then you don't know why. So it's just like, well, no, like your mom and your dad had 12 boyfriends in 4 years, and then you thought all of them was your uncle. It's just like it's too many problems.
Generational.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's too many things, and it was just like
when they try to pick the best one to dress you with, like
like, am I your uncle? Are you mama's friend? Like, no, like I don't understand.
Mama's special friend.
Yeah, like what the heck is a special friend?
They come over at night to fix the washer and dryer. Like no gear.
Man, you didn't even have on a belt, mama.
Yeah,
that was the other thing, was adjusting to, like, I'm a very spontaneous person. Like, if I look up and I'm like, oh, it's a concert tonight, I'm gonna buy tickets, let's go. So it's like I still have to remember, like, you know, you can't just go. Like, you can't just get up and go. Like, you still have this whole little human. You gotta figure out, like, if you get it back. Like, so I try not to do like last minute things. Like, I have to start planning things in advance, and it's just like it's a different level of consideration that has to go into dating somebody with a kid, and just being prepared to like share that like priority space with somebody else. And there are people who don't like that, because I feel like a lot of people have asked me this. Like, I've gotten a lot of flack for dating somebody with a kid, because they're like, you don't have any, you don't need to do that to yourself. Like, I'm like, yeah, but we work, so we kind of, it's like,
that's
it's
what you hit
hard
them
for
with
you
the,
I think that's
who are you?
Yeah, I think that's a very odd.
But you've been in a relationship 20 years and ain't married.
Good common law marriage.
That was a common law.
All right.
Like, oh, that's your wife?
It has been some very like crazy like resistance back against me, actually, for wanting to date somebody with it or being willing. I was like, at the end of the day, number one, it's my household, so I can do what I please.
Right.
So, like, that's the root of it. But then it's like, I don't look at her as like a baggage or like any sort of barrier. I was like, if anything, I feel like I've learned a lot just by her being around. It's like, it is a different level. Because I'm like, yo, like, I was Hennessy all day. It's just like, okay, we're gonna go get some apple juice. But I'll liquor it in.
Where you go to bed to get that Hennessy?
Chaser on.
So it's a different. It has been a different adjustment, and I feel like it slowed me down, but not in a sense of I feel held back, but just like, yo, at least like pause for a second, kind of be in the moment, because I feel like I move faster than my brain allows.
So what got you comfortable enough to be like, all right, now it's a good time, Alex, you can meet her?
Probably. It was a while. I wanted to, but the timing never meshed up well. I know my dad met her, and he was like, "Oh man, that's your girl?" I'm like, not yet, man.
Hey, when you get the when you get like the second or third dap up, like you didn't already say hi to me, but you dapped me up again, like, hey man,
my was buzzing that night.
Yeah.
He came there like she had just curls all in her face. He came and moved the curls, kissed her on the forehead. He was like, yeah, you fly, you for my son. Something he was saying, I'm like,
it was the crazy.
I'm sitting in the chair, like, come on.
It ain't real unless you're embarrassed, dog.
I was really embarrassed. I'm sitting there.
He turned like if he could blend into the floor, he would have.
Man, I'm telling you, if your parents don't like somebody, if anybody gonna know, you gonna know.
For real though.
I don't think parents sugarcoat it.
No, they don't do it well. Yeah. They'll be trying. Like, man, my mama for sure tried a couple times. Left and was like, she didn't like me, did she? Like, no, she didn't. She didn't.
Listen, Grace gonna let you know.
Man,
gonna hold you up.
I still remember her first or second conversation I had with your mama. She was like, look, this when you knew something was gonna happen, it got real dark. She was like, look, I felt like it was a light on my face. She was like,
oh, that PI.
I'll kill you.
She did not say that.
Call her right now. Call her on air.
I'm gonna
call her on air. I swear, she was like.
First of all, my mama is 70. She didn't even talk like that.
You wasn't there. You was upstairs. She was just like, so.
She had him with the Magnum PI light.
Yeah, she was like, so.
What you gonna do?
Yeah, basically was
What's
like.
Your intentions,
Mind you, to met my mama. You know she don't talk like that.
Man, you ain't never been dating her daughter.
Yeah, but it's different
though. So I was like, it got real. She was just like, good. I love my daughter very much. She's my only daughter.
Yeah, they get real tough.
She's my youngest. I kill you. Like, she really was like, I kill you.
I forgot you was the baby.
I feel like that's just how he interpreted it. I am the baby.
We gonna find out after we get done recording. She said this to me. And she said it to me again before we got married.
Before we got married, I could believe that.
She said it when we was dating.
Pretty sure she got his food out.
She was like, I kill you.
She poked that mug.
I was like, all right, dog. You gotta be, dog. You gotta be time. I'm good.
I mean, that's how you gotta be, especially when you got a daughter. And I'm the only daughter.
Man,
how else is she supposed to be?
Guns. Maybe that's when I get. We can get guns when we have a daughter.
I have 3 fathers. I have 1 father and 2 brothers. I have 3 fathers. Like that's.
And I was in with all of us. I was like, bet.
Right. If you get cool with the brothers.
Michael was like, she was explaining her brothers. I'm thinking I'm about to meet I don't know who I thought I was about to meet. But I was like, she was hyping them up. I was all nervous. I'm like, dang, I was cool. I don't never get nervous. I was cool until you started explaining and describing them. Then I met him. She was like, I feel like she had a different level of expectation of what was going to happen. Then when I walked in, what did he say? He was like, I feel like I'm talking to you. So I can't say nothing.
But this is also because he met Caleb at church. I think he's biased.
Oh, that was the first time?
I feel like that was the first time that Carl met you. Carl is the middle child. So he already got like middle child syndrome.
It's very real. I got that too.
Yeah, middle child syndrome. And y'all both Libras. Their birthday 2 days apart. So
gang,
maybe
gang.
that has something to do with it. But I will say my brother has hated everyone that I have dated except for Caleb and one other person. Hated everybody else. And he continuously tells me this to this day. Like, yeah, they watched it. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, thanks.
All right. You see honest?
Like,
It'd be
accepted everybody like.
I just be like, all right, no.
Yeah.
Let them do it. Like, I mean, it is what it is. So, what are some positive that has come from you guys being in a space where you both had the opportunity to get to know his daughter, who is his twin, by the way, which I think is hilarious. They have the same face.
Yeah, she great.
Yeah. Well, totally couldn't go to Maury without one.
But she got to know.
Right.
She got to know. Ain't nobody cameraman.
Yeah.
I would say for me, I think, like, it's funny because we had this conversation, like, earlier this week where I was like, for me, I like to use the word aloof, like, just because of how I was living, like, I went to the first year we was dating, I was like, well, my goal is to attend concerts this year, so this is my lineup, this is what I'm doing, this is where my money is going.
I just wanted a better job. I need more than $9 an hour.
And I'm one of those people who I kind of like live off a dream. Like if I'm gonna say I'm gonna do something, I'm just gonna go ahead. I'm gonna do it. Like I can be broke tomorrow, money come back, time don't. So it was just
that's a lesson that I had to learn when we got married. I'm like, yeah, babe, we going here, and he like,
Let me do my calculations. Right. I'm
I'm
over here like 1, 2, 3. I'm like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Huge adjustment.
And that's what it was.
Go to China Park, get on the swing.
Man,
You gotta laugh.
open the water park back up.
For real.
You going to Burlow.
I'm bowling.
Bowling?
Anything
Man.
on the menu.
I be trying.
Chicken wings and chili
Yeah,
fries.
for real.
Like you be wanting to go, like in pockets though.
That was the biggest adjustment. Like from him, I got like a sense of responsibility. Not that I was like irresponsible. It was just when my bills are paid, my money can go wherever I so please. But it's like with him, it's like, you know, you pay your bills. It's like you still gotta worry and take care of like something could come up with her. She might need something for a field trip. She might need something for dance class. It's just like his sense of responsibility is different from mine. So it's kind of like that's kind of what I got from them. And from her, she's just like the sweetest kid. Like, she makes situations so much easier just by being there, and I don't think she realizes it. She is incredibly charming. Like, I know I am soft.
Yo,
She's
smart.
Oh, she finesses
On
so
Mother's Day, she got
bad.
2 bath bombs for free.
From Lush. Like, literally.
Real
like,
life.
it's in
And one chick wrote her a letter. It was like, you made my day. You're so awesome. We was like,
we put it in
I
the
was
bag. I was like,
yo,
what
we
is
gotta
that?
do it again. Like, yo. And it happened. I was like, you think you get? She was like, yeah, I can get another one. And I was like,
Dog.
I was like, no,
And next thing
you
you
can't
know,
be doing that. Next thing you know,
She comes up with a little baggie, like, look, I got a shower mom. I'm like,
Wow.
Yes.
Like, she really is like trying, like, so the first time I met her, I didn't know I was meeting her.
Yeah,
And
it was
so
smooth. I made sure
initially,
she didn't know.
I was pissed because I was like, you could have warned me that I was meeting your kid. Like, it's just like, hey, just give me a heads up that she's going to be here. So it's like I walked in, there's this little person, and then she just ran over and gave me a hug, and I'm just like, okay, what do I do with her?
Hug her back there.
Dog. What do I say?
All right.
What do I do with my hands?
I don't know what to do. Like, it was just so
Alex was the
weird.
episode of SpongeBob, like, we forgot his name.
It was so different. I was just like, okay, so you want to color with me? And I'm like, okay, sure. Like,
You really ain't got a choice. You about to code it.
I let her do all the talking and just kind of let her do the
Follow her lead.
She told you everything.
Her whole 5 years living at the time.
I had to keep nudging her like,
Like, it was just, it was
And, like,
so
and
much.
then
all right.
She was like, so you're my daddy's girlfriend? I'm just like, yeah. Like,
I'm over sitting back like, yeah, that's cool.
it is, she leaves me with her. Like, she's got to a point now where she's starting to ask real questions. Like, she's starting to ask, like, okay, do y'all want to get married? And I was just like, you know, it's a
At
conversation.
6, though.
No,
She-
she really, but
she-
what she does though, she waits until he leaves the room.
Yeah.
So then it just be me and her. And
she a real one.
Yep.
she'll be like,
She'll
so-
smooth up on her like, so.
like, so.
She gonna be a cop.
Yo, something, man.
No, I really think she's like, when you're married, I'm
Something.
like, I don't, you know, it's a conversation. She's like,
That's
so
hilarious.
she's like, what do you like on that? And then she goes into deep, and then he'll come back in and she's like, oh, daddy, I want this little, and I'm like,
That's
the conversation.
it's
Oh,
so-
that's not what just happened.
But that's
like,
important though for kids, man. I think me and Michael were just talking about that not too long ago. Just like I don't treat any kid like a kid.
I talk to
I
kids.
treat-
I talk to
I
kids.
treat babies
Yeah,
like they
that's
got 2 jobs. It's like, no, because if you got that,
that's how we was brought up. Though.
Mhm.
they're like, you ain't about to like. I don't want none of that Google Gaga, none of that stuff. That's just weird. Like this is a person. So I'm like, I'm gonna talk to you. Then you gonna learn how to have a conversation based on how you hear people talk to you and how you hear other people talk to each other. But if I'm talking to you like Google Gaga, do you hear me talk to somebody else different? You're gonna be like, man, what the heck wrong with me?
Mhm.
So I think that's hilarious.
It's
though.
impossible to have that for the kid conversation because I'll try to like skate questions. Like she had asked me, she was like, "So are you my stepmom?" And I was just like, "Okay, whoa, no." He left me hanging. I was like,
You went forward.
we were
Woo!
we had all went out to eat. Like I go to the bathroom, like, okay, so when we were walking toward the bathroom, that's what she asked me. So I text him like, "Oh my God, what do I say?" He was like, "She asked you." And I'm like,
I think she did ask me.
That's a
so
good
I was
question.
just like, no. I was like, this is how it works. This is what happens. This is where step parents come from. I was like, I'm just daddy's girlfriend. Like, you know, when we get there, you'll be first to know. And she was like, so are you? She's like, are y'all there? And I'm like,
she ain't for the mess.
Yeah.
it's like, if she acts, she's so smart. If she picks it, she holds onto it. So it's not like she's
She
just
gonna forget about
asking.
it.
She
really
will
wanna know.
not
She be flipping
forget.
through a book. You won't even think she's paying attention. Then she'll randomly ask a question. You'd be like,
And she slipped right on in, and then she slipped right on out. And
Yeah.
it's very like, She is the most intimidating person I think I have met. Like, most people are scared of the parents. Most people are scared of the questions like, the parents or the grandparents or siblings or no. For me to sit down with her, scariest thing in my life. Because it's just like,
she's so unpredictable and she unfiltered about everything.
And she's really intelligent. So it's really like
smart. It's scary. I mean,
bring it back a little bit.
Be a kid for a minute.
Yeah.
Be a kid for a minute for me, please.
She has cut into me, and I just be like,
yeah, she text me. I'll be like, she said that.
I'm like, yo,
I don't expect that from her.
And I'm like, hey, can you kind of talk to her about this? Because she asked me, like, she asked you, so that's your thing. And I'm like,
yeah, but she always come give me some dad. Like, yeah, we'll talk.
But I will say she has forced me to learn how to better explain myself, to make sure that things are very clear in a way that she could understand it, in a way that she could process it. So that's different. But she really be on my head. I was like, gotta stay sharp. It's like, you're commercial, like, gotta be quicker than that.
She'd be on it too, like.
That's me.
Like, miss the ball, she'll wait and ask you another question. And I'll be like,
She really
hyping this up.
Man.
And she asks about everything.
every day.
What's the craziest thing she's ever asked you?
What is the
I
craziest
feel like the
thing
stepmama
she
question
asked?
that would stump you.
That
She
one-
asked, were you pregnant?
Oh yes, she had started off. She was like, "Do you want?" She asked me if I was pregnant. I said no. She was like, "So do you want kids, or when are you gonna have
She
kids?"
was saying,
Yeah, she be setting her up
She
every
was
time she walk her right now. And I'd be like,
And then she was like, "So if you could pick a kid, which one would you want? Would you want a boy, or would you want a girl?" And then she
be like,
She's
before you
sick?
answer, yeah,
yes,
she's sick.
she is sick.
She'd be like, before you answer, because I know I want a little brother.
I
She'd be like, oh, but what, it doesn't matter. What do you want? I'd be like,
And it's like
That's hilarious.
It's the craziest. Just I can't even. It's rough. It is different, and it is just like, okay. It's like I've never been scared of a child before.
I'd be sitting there
I'm
like,
a little,
yeah.
she
This
is
get
a-
good.
She
Yeah,
is a little intimidated, and it's just I
Little
would
Charlemagne.
I'm telling you.
I would say for me the stepmom thing was a big thing because that was like a word that I choose not to say like personally around her. 'Cause
That
it's
we
like,
weren't thinking about.
I don't
but
want
she
her
was,
to-
though.
right. She had heard the word. I don't know.
was
And it
just
was
about to
just
say,
like
you're not even thinking a 6-year-old psyche is even conceptualizing step parent. Like,
Her
who?
mind be
She had heard
Clearly.
and then she repeated and asked what it was and then asked if I was that to her.
Mm.
And then it went from there and I was just like, all right, let's sit down.
Yeah,
was
she
like,
really
break this
alley
down,
ooped you on
like-
that one because I wanted to saw that one coming. He's like, what is a stepmom?
And she asked 3 times. So I spent her the first 2. And I was
Yeah, because she texted me, she was like, she asked me again, you gonna have to answer. I'm like, why if she asked you? Like, you handle that.
I was like, I can't do this. Like I can't.
I'm
And
like,
it's
I'll be
like-
there, but
And I
I'll
just
let
be
you do it.
I freak out with her, but then it's just like, yo, I can't be with you and not know how to respond to a child. Like, I gotta
Yeah,
figure out
so many
how to talk
questions.
back to her,
Yeah.
and it be, man. And she picks up on a lot. Like, she picks up on our energy. She picks up on like, it
It
tripped me out.
reminded me as a child.
It
I was
is a
smart,
lot.
but this one. Something
She's sneaky.
Plus, I don't know, it's different. She's gonna be ahead of her time. I'll be trying to like keep her marching with every. But I don't know what a normal 6-year-old is like. It's like,
It's
I
hard.
don't
Yeah,
know.
she's a little different, and then she know how to play us. So then it'd be
yeah,
like,
she's a dirty little snake.
Does she try to play you and Alex against each other?
yes.
Sometimes, yeah.
But it's like real sneaky. But she does it with everybody though. So no matter who it is, like she does it with his mom too. Like he could be like, no, you can't get some chips or whatever, and his mom might have some chips, and then she'll go over and she'll just start talking and
She start talking
She'll
to her.
that's her way of
She's
taking
like,
her
yeah,
plate.
grandma, so.
And then next thing you know, she's like,
She in there in the whole bag. Next thing you know, the bag's sitting on her
Wow.
lap.
and you probably like, dang, I just tell you not to. And she
She
just
be like,
like,
yeah, get Morgan a
But
paper
grandma
towel so I
just
can pour
said-
some of these. I'm like, she's a cunt.
Wow. Wow.
I be having to
These
keep my
are
wallet.
extortionate.
Finesse.
oh, she took them off. I had went over there with some cheese fries, and they were actually making her dinner. And she sat there, she's like, can I have one? I'm like, okay. Next thing you know, she done went and got a fork and is just sitting there like, yeah, Alex, I was
I was
reading
didn't pay
I've been
attention.
reading Green Eggs and Ham lately. And I was
Yeah.
just like,
Finesse her in the combo while she digging in her fries. She's
And I-
talking like, yeah, so.
and I just
I'm
looked, I was
like-
like, you know, I'm here.
There's your dinner.
You
Yeah.
earned it. So congratulations.
I got 2 more questions. So the one question, you said you got a lot of like flack or like backlash about dating somebody with kids. But what backlash, if any, did you receive from having a kid and being like, okay, I'm ready for Alex to meet my baby? Like,
It was more so probably for my mom because I think She was more so. It's tough because I think because she had moved on and I didn't. I was just still single, so she was kind of. She didn't want to. It's weird. It's because it's like I didn't really get no flack, but I would say she the one helped me make the decision, honestly, because I talked to her. I didn't. Because I was still stuck dating her for real, like mentally. So I talked to her about everything. I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna ask her. I like her though. She was like, so what you gonna say? She was like, I already practiced with me. And I'm like,
it's not weird at all.
Yeah, it's not weird at all. So, boom. And then I guess she thought we would eventually get back together. But I'm like, no, you just helped coach me to get with her. So why would you expect? But I didn't get any flack. Everybody was. Everybody that met her, well, from her.
It was one thing that she said, which I had agreed with. He didn't let her know that I was meeting her either.
Oh, well, yeah.
And that was where I was like, I felt like, yo, okay, it's cool for you not to tell me. Like, I get the surprise element. I was like, but that was the biggest part. It's like, there's a third person in this relationship, and it's like, we do have to take into consideration that. And that's, for me, the biggest thing, because I'm coming in, I feel like I'm an assistant coach. It's like, these are y'all rules, this is y'all child. It's like, my job is to help support both of you in the foundation that you're laying for her. And just make sure I don't fumble that.
Like, listen, I'm her daddy. It's the time we gonna.
No.
I work
This is a whole discussion.
But it didn't happen until Mark was like, yeah, I'm in dead girlfriend. I'm like, oh.
And like, he didn't tell her. I understood where she was coming because I was pissed. I let him tell me the whole situation, and then I waited till he got done. I was like, you about to get cussed out twice, right? And then it was like, they can't, like, because that's not a way to start off. Like, because at the end of the day, it's like, I feel like both of us have to be here. So it's like, I feel like she family too. So it's just like, it's just a thing to figure out. It's like, that's been a transition too. It's been fun.
It's been a ride.
Been different,
I can't wait to hear more of these stories because that was hilarious. First of all, I don't even know how I would have.
We got.
But I don't even know how I would have answered the pregnancy question. I'd just been like,
the same way you answer when people ask you now.
It really threw us. No,
probably. I'd be like, when you set up this GoFundMe.
It was having to tell her was just like, when everything happens, it'll happen.
Yeah,
like,
let you know.
It was like, if she's really inquisitive.
She always asks her the crazy questions. I never get asked nothing.
It's like, you good there. You had to get all the hard work. It's Alex time now.
I'm stuck. Like, because it's like, I don't want to say I think I'm still stuck. It's like, I never want to say the wrong thing.
Yeah.
And it's just like, because she is still, I have to remember, even though she's 6 in the accident, she's still a kid.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't want her to take the wrong thing back or mix up. And so it's just like.
Because it'll jumble up. She gets to talking too much. And now I have to look at her like.
That ain't what she said.
Yeah.
Like, let's not mix these
call her over
words
like
up.
Morgan.
Let's not mix these words up.
Like, but she's good though. Like she has gotten into my butt, and I've just been like, okay, ding ding, round 10. Like Floyd Mayweather and Pacquiao. I'm Pacquiao, so that's how that be feeling.
And it'd be hilarious too.
To you.
Laugh. Read back and watch. You ain't gotta answer no.
I ain't gotta answer none of the questions. I just have to be like, no, maybe tomorrow. I just
You won't. And you won't give her real answers. So, yeah.
Then she just asks you. So I'd be like, cool.
So, whenever we have guests, we like to ask them a question. We don't give it to them before because we don't want them to think about it because then people get to cheat. Yeah, just be cheating. Right. So I'm going to ask y'all on the fly. If you guys had a song, both of you, is it just one? That's what I mean. There's just one. So if you guys had to pick one song to describe your relationship, what would it be? You only get to pick one.
I feel like I know what you're going to say. You're going to say Try, aren't you?
It was either going to be that
Try or Pretty Little Fears. But Pretty Little Fears is what I was say.
It's 3 of them. It's Try by Boss and J. Cole.
Great
Pretty
song.
Little Fears with
Black
and J. Cole. And Daniel Caesar and her, right?
Oh, Best Part?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I would pick, I think.
But Try is first.
I know Try was going to be first for you. Because I really want to say Pretty Little Fears. Only because of the lyrics to Pretty Little Fears. Because it was like, Shorty, see my best side, and she from the west side.
Yeah, we was and it's so funny because we was drinking and then
we was just chilling listening to it like.
Is this describing us?
Yeah, it was really weird. It was like throwing up the peace side, girl from the east side.
We appreciate y'all for coming by. We love the conversation.
Thanks for having us.
Yes.
Thanks for coming to kick it with us.
Peace.
Bye.